Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? I am Erin Maxwell from Max Wellness, and today we have a super fun class. We are doing a little bit different tonight. We are going to do 15 minutes of HIIT and follow that up with 45 minutes of yoga. So, what is HIIT class exactly? High intensity interval training. So, it's really great for your cardiovascular. So, especially in these times, we really want to make sure that our heart and our lungs are at full capacity. So, we will be doing 3 to 4 to 5 rounds, just kind of depending on how we're feeling and how time goes, of 5 different exercises, and we will go at high intensity, about 80%. So we are still following along with our Yamas as we follow along in our signature program. As always, with all of our activities, you want to have that in the back of our mind of what exactly we're doing. So remembering the Yamas, so finding our truth. Will be in ahimsa, nonviolence, asteya, satya, brahmacharya, and oh, it's just escaped my brain. So we'll incorporate everything into our HIIT, followed by our yoga. So again, working at 80%. So we don't want to go to our ultimate max out. We don't want to give ourselves a heart attack. So we're going to be raising up our heart rate and our lung rate and maximizing our VO2, our oxygen levels into our lungs. So really using the whole part of our lungs. Kind of think of our lungs in 3 parts. We have upper, middle, and lower part of our lungs. So again, remind your lungs from your collarbone all the way down into the lower part of the rib cage. So that's what the rib cage does, is house our lungs and our heart. So as we move along, your heart rate will be going up. So we're going to work at 80% for 45 seconds, and then we'll take a 30-second break in between and on to the next exercise. And then we'll repeat that each exercise 4 to 5 times. 3 to 5 times. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how everybody's doing. And then again, we'll follow up with a nice juicy flow with yoga and kind of incorporate all of our moves that we did to then stretch and lengthen and get the deoxygenated blood moving out through our system, so we're not super sore tomorrow with the lactic acid. And lactic acid is always good because we are breaking down muscle tissue and rebuilding it to make ourselves stronger. So all of that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. As far as yoga, just having your mat, and as far as HIIT, we're just going to use our body weight at this point. If you want to add extra, you can always add in with weights or bands. And right now, I think I'm going to follow my truth and to listen to my body. I know just even showing up on the mat, I'm not 100%, and I'm going to give 80% of what I have today. So reminder, every day is different. You're going to feel different. Some days you're going to feel extra, and some days maybe not as extra. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my hoodie off now because we're just going to get into it. We're going to warm up the body first before we get into our high intensity. So go ahead and just crossing your arms back and forth, reaching out for the back part of your lungs, just opening up shoulders, opening up arms and chest, opening up back. And we'll just go ahead and move on. If you're feeling good, maybe doing some arm circles. And you can go the other way. Breathing, getting everything ready. All right, let's do some hip circles. So inhaling, bringing your knee up to hip level, maybe a little higher, and opening up your hip. You can go the opposite direction. Woo! Just noticing, taking note already how you're feeling in your body as we begin to warm up to get ready for our super fun class. Okay. Hip circles. that up. Mine's creaky today. Let's do some jumping jacks. Woo! All right. Getting warmed up. Good. And go at your pace today and see how you're feeling. Every day is different. And the biggest part is you showed up. Let's do some high knees. High knees, flat back. Whew. All right. Shake it out. And let me look at my timer here. Get that ready. Get yourself a drink of water. And let's start off with some mountain climbers. I'm going to pull my mat out a little bit. Coming down, let's go ahead and get down into a downward facing dog. Open up hips and arms a little bit. Moving your body. Feels good. And ready. Mountain climbers. Here we go. Knee up towards your chest. Alternating left and right. Using your lower abs. And breathe. You. Mountain climbers. Here you go. I always think of like on The Price is Right, when you have to guess 10 more seconds what the price is. And Bob, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! And shake it out. And keep moving. Just to keep the body flowing. Whew. Maybe swinging side to side. And get ready. We're going to come to the mat for some floor dips. So come down, however is easy and best for you. Putting your hands behind, nice flat back, knees bent, and dip. And these are just little guys, really working our triceps, the back of our arms, so we can get nice, strong high beddies. We've talked about high beddies before. So you strengthen up the back of your arms, your triceps. So these are just hip dips, tricep dips, feet hip width distance apart. If you need to, you can always put your block in between your knee. Ooh-wee. Good job, you guys. Oh, look at, I was getting lazy there. So just notice if you start to curl and hunch and dip. Oh yeah, you can always put a strap around your upper forearms up here or around your triceps, keeping your elbows in so they don't splay out, so you can stay in alignment. And we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good. Yeah, and stretch it out. And get ready. Yeah. Okay, catch our breath. I think I was just really excited to get this class going, so I already lost my breath. We'll go ahead and we'll do some squats and sit up nice and low. Really get down in, imagine as if there's a chair behind you. And then I like to pull and pull. And that way we're also using our triceps. If you're feeling extra and you have them, my weights are over there. You can always have weights in your hands. You can have straps around your knees. So do what it feels good in your body today. When we get to the top, we want to squeeze. So squeezing your glutes and a little bit of an abdominal crunch in the lower part of your abdomen. So we're still working our full body. Even though we're focusing on legs, feeling the quadriceps nice and strong as they push you up. Squatting here, full body exercise. Focus on lower body hips and glutes, making us nice and strong, getting us ready for summer. And we'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do one more for extra. Good. And shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our forearm plank. You can stay in high plank if you're so inclined, pushing your heels towards the back wall, palms directly coming below your shoulders, or we can come here on a forearm plank, arms shoulder width distance apart. You can clasp your hands together, pushing to the back wall, engaging your abs, lengthening out your back, and breathe. Hold it here. And if you need to, you can always roll back and forth on your heels. And breathe. Feeling the burn already? Warming up the inner juice, the inner energy, the ojas. Let it flow. And hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. I'll push it back and breathe. And we'll come up onto all fours and go ahead and come down into a halfway fold, ragdoll, and shake it out. Good job. How's everyone feeling? We're almost through our first set. Yeah. All right. Let's do some jumping jacks. If you need to at any time, take a break, get some water. This is your practice, your body. Again, every day is different. So let's go and jumping jacks. Yes. Opening up your arms nice and wide. Open up your legs. Working those adductor muscles that we talked about a few classes back. Bringing them together and separating. These are like all the things that we used to do as kids, right? And somehow we lost that. We lost that play and that energy. So we'll bring it back. Keeping our heart, our body, our mind nice and strong. So you can move through and stay young and vital through all of your years, keeping your telomeres long. And 15 more seconds. Here we go. Bring it up. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. All right, everybody. Yeah. How's everyone feeling? Round 1 done. 1 done. At least 2 to go. We said 3 to 5, right? So get ready. You know what to do. We did it the first time around. Now that your body's warmed up, and come on down to mountain climbers. Yeah, ready, set, and climb, 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 climb. Yeah, bring up your knees as far as you can. Lengthen out your back, lengthen out your neck, and keep breathing. You got this. Woo, woo. I always find it easier, more fun when you can woo it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, woo, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Mountain climbers. Dance it out. Dance it out. Take a breath. Do the grapevine. Do the grapevine. You. All right. Let's bring it on down to some floor dips. See what we can do. Bringing your palms behind your sacrum, your hips, your low back. It's not as easy to talk and keep moving at the same time. Engaging your core, inhale up. There we go. Let's see if I can have better form on the second round. And dip, dip, dip. Yeah. Cheese dip. We got to work off that cheese dip. We're doing the new kind of dip from nacho dip to triceps dips. Look at all this oxygenated blood also flowing up through my brain, making me silly. Having the runner's high, high to high, the HIIT high, right? Here we go. Woo, our triceps are gonna be feeling it tomorrow. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, woo! Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Yeah. Oh. Stretch it out, lengthen it out. Do what feels good in your body. Catch your breath. Inhale up, forward fold. Woo, shake it out. Let's get back up. Stand it out. Take a breath. Take a breath. And get ready for our squats. And if we want, we can add a little extra squat to our squat dips. So ready, on the clock, hip width distance apart, in squat and squeeze. We could double squat and squeeze. So do what feels right in your body today. You could do single squats. You could do double squat. You can come down, double squat and jump up. Squat, squat, jump up. Or just simply stay here. If you had your weights, you can add your weights here. Or just do the air. It's just as good. It's better than just sitting on the couch eating our nacho cheese after football season, getting ready for springtime. It's hot today here in the city. It's a little chilly in the Northwest. And who knows what we're gonna get next. Keep going. We're almost there. You got this. Again, you can add your double squat and lift, double squat and lift, double squat and jump. I'm gonna stay here. Do what feels good in your body for the last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Get ready. Forearm plank. You know what to do. High plank, forearm plank. Do your body. Here we go. Coming down and on the clock. Go. Breathe. Pushing your heels towards the back wall. Engaging your core. Lengthening out your back. Pushing up out of your shoulders. You can do dip to the side to side. Inhale. Exhale to the dip. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the dip. Do what feels good, or just hold. There we go. Feeling the heat. I'm dripping sweat now. Are you feeling it? Are you sweating? Are you out there with me? Feeling my pain, feeling the strength? Pain is weakness leaving the body. Here we go. 10. 5. And release. Woo! Stretch it out. Take a breath. Here we go, everybody. Coming back. Stand it up. Shake it out. Did our forearm planks. Back to jumping jacks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, jumping jack. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So good. Oh, I was having a day today. But you know what? Already, I'm feeling clear. My blood's moving. Oh, so good. Here we go. Try and make your jumping jacks as big, as wide as you can, taking up all the space in the room, in the outdoors. Let your energy shoot out. Let it be the ripple effect. Let everyone feel it. We're moving at our 80%. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, you guys. Round 2. Done. Here we go. Let me look at time. Take a breather, take a sip of water, keep moving. Keep your body moving. Oh yeah, one more round. Here we go. Get ready. You know what to do. Feeling that Bob Barker coming on for mountain climbers. And set, climb, 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 climb. Yes, you got it. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Climbing Everest. Here we go. Like that kid, he did it for love. Can't remember the name of the movie now. There's a kid who's striving to prove his love to a woman. Without any training, he climbed Mount Everest. So anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Just like the last 10 seconds of our mountain climbers. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, woo! Yeah, yeah, good job. Feeling it now. So excited for the yoga after this cardiovascular heart attack. How to have a heart attack now, save it from having one later. In the best way, right? We're getting our body moving, building muscle, building strength. Here we go. Ready? To the mountain climbers, come to the floor for these. I'm starting to think dreaded dips. That's what I'm gonna start calling them. They're dreaded dips. Ready? Here we go. Now we gotta put a positive spin on it. Dreaded sounds so. Let's see, dreamy dips. Ready? Dreamy dip. Dreamy dip. Dreaming that one day, a better form, feeling stronger, feeling good in our bodies. If you're feeling extra, you can always put weights on your hips, bands around your knees. You could always dip and kick, dip and kick, right? Ooh. It's not where I'm at today. I'm living in my truth. Still finding my yoga, even in a HIIT workout, right? Ooh. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And you can always take a rest. There's no shame. Follow your brahmacharya. Make sure you know where your energy goes. And release. Ooh. Yeah, feel the sweat dripping down. Here we go. Yeah, we can do our squat dips. We can do our double squat dips when you wanted to get that bookshelf back, right? So here we go. Let's go. Dip. Yeah. Dip. Yeah. Squat it out. Squat it out. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to get super bulgy, super crazy. Just want to be nice and strong and healthy. So if you are climbing Everest, you have that power behind you. If you're climbing Mount Baldy, Mount Sai for my P&W friends. Where else? Where do we have in San Diego? Elephant Forest, right? Nicaragua, hiking the volcanoes, hiking Peru through the Andes, wherever you want to go. Let it take your mind, take you to that place as we continue to get stronger and build muscle and mass, not only in our body, our mind, our heart, and our lungs. For 10 more. You got this. Second set is counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Good. And when you're ready, I don't know about you, I feel like I'm finding my center again, being able to find my breath and being able to find our body. Again, forearm plank, high plank if you want to stay here, or you can always come down to a low forearm plank, dolphin plank. Staying here, pushing your heels towards the back wall, engaging your core, tucking your tail ever so slightly, pushing up out of your shoulders, and breathe. Maybe finding a soft drishti, finding a nice gaze as you move through this pose. So you can see me a little bit better. Just a little bit at an angle. Here we go. Yeah, you got it. We're almost there. Feel the power. Always come down if you need to. You can always drop your knees. You can always come push back into a puppy pose or stay in your plank, high plank, low plank. Everyone's planking. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Yeah. Good job, everybody. How are you feeling? Feeling good? Feeling the sweat? I am. All right, let's come back. Standing up to our last HIIT move. Jumping jacks. Ready? In HIIT. Let's go. You got it. Woo-wee. Yeah. And then we get to flow. Yeah, baby. Then we get to chill out, bring our heart rate down, come back into our center, and in our center gravity, center part of our body. I'll let you see side jacks. Yeah, good. We having fun yet? All right, 10 more. Here we go. Yeah, good job. Whew, shake it out. We're gonna come down to our mat for the yoga. It'll be so good. We have an entrance here. Here we go. Make sure everybody's audio is off as we come down to our mat, drinking a sip of water if you haven't already. Now let's just go ahead and come into a child's pose. Taking a reset, taking everything down, finding our breath. Knees nice and wide, toes to touch. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Letting your third eye rest on the mat as we take it down after our amazing HIIT class. You guys, you did it. It's done. It's over with. You'll feel the benefits in the next couple of days. Sitting back towards your heels. Again, if you can't get you towards your heels and you're high up in the air, that's okay. These are just measuring sticks for one day. You can come all the way down to the mat. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Let it come all the way up through the rib cage, filling all sides of your lungs after moving through our HIIT workout. And open up your mouth, HA. Imagining you're fogging up a mirror with your breath. And inhale. And HA. Good. We're going to thread the needle, taking your right arm underneath your chest, bringing it over to the opposite side of your body. Let your left arm be long. You can have your forehead on the mat, or you can turn your right ear on the mat. Being sure to make sure that both hips stay in alignment as you thread the needle on this side. Letting your left arm be active, pulling your elbow up, your forearm and elbow up off the mat. And again, if your body needs to, feel free to let it rest. We're trying to stay active after our HIIT class. And inhale your right arm nice and long, and exhale, thread the needle on either side, taking your left arm underneath your torso. You can bring your left ear on the mat. You can always leave your forehead on the mat, letting your right shoulder roll down into your back pocket, and breathe. You can always put your palm down, see if you feel a little difference in your deltoid muscle, whether you lift your palm lifted or place it down on the mat. Good. On your next inhale, inhale, left arm nice and long for a child's pose. On your next inhale, coming on to all fours, bringing your knees below your hips, palms below your shoulders, nice big wide starfish hands, placing your hands onto the mat. At your own pace, go ahead and go in a few rounds of cat-cow. You can make your cat-cow as active, or you can stay here. Do what feels good in your body. We're just letting our body be loose in our spine after our workout. Everything's warmed up. So just finding maybe some sticky points in your spine and your body and where your cat-cow needs to be today. Going at your own pace, your own breath. We're just coming down from our HIIT. For those of you joined us a little bit late, no problem, no worries. Just jumping in, whatever feels good. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and roll over your toes into your first downward facing dog. Feet hip width distance apart, and pedaling out your feet left and right, right and left, and just noticing in your body. You can bend your knees a lot. You can bend all the way like into a turbo dog, bringing your chest to your thighs, stretching out your calves, letting your head hang heavy, keeping your starfish hands nice and wide. Again, letting your shoulders roll down and back into your back pocket, engaging your serratus anterior on the side, opening up your collarbones, and maybe finding some stillness in your dog. Inhaling high in the balls of your feet, and exhale, sinking down into your heels, coming out of your shoulders, bringing your chest down closer towards the mat, and breathe. Good. Shaking out your head, loosening up your neck, noticing where you might feel some stiffness. Focus some love and energy and white light to those spaces. And then maybe finding some stillness in your dog. And always you can come down into a child's pose, into a falling leaf, into Shavasana at any time in your practice. Good. And let's go ahead and move on. Inhale your right leg up to hip level. Flexing your toes to your nose, pushing back farther in out of your wrists, out of your arms, pushing your back foot back towards the wall. And we'll take 3 mindful breaths in this position here. Inhaling through the nose, sealing your lips, and exhaling through the nose. Good. Finding a couple more breaths. And releasing your right foot down to the mat, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left hip, left hip, foot at hip level. So we're not bringing our leg all the way into the air yet. We're just warming up the body, finding strength in this position, finding your breath, finding your stillness, finding the balance in this inversion pose. Taking one more breath and exhale, both feet down to the mat and come down, child's pose. Actually, let's do falling leaf. So bringing your arms behind you, having your legs together. We're in a child's pose. Our knees are nice and wide. This time we're going to have our knees together and exhaling, folding forward, letting your torso fall on towards your chest, arms reaching back, falling leaf. And breathe. Good. Finding a little bit of stillness after all of our activity. And if you are still in a downward facing dog, bend your knees a little bit to hoist your hips higher into the air and pushing out of your shoulders and your arm. Imagining your chest coming closer towards the mat. Drop your head. Let your head hang heavy, nice and loose. Pushing back. Good. And if you're in the falling leaf, inhaling onto all fours, exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts up to hip level. And take a breath here. Inhale, higher to the sky. And exhale, knee to nose. Really using your lower abs to bring your knee up closer. We're gonna go for a low lunge, placing your right foot on the mat. Let your left shin come onto the mat. Inhale, arms up, overhead. We're gonna go for a different mudra here. So we're gonna bring our hands together, crossing your fingers, leaving your index fingers up towards the skies, letting your thumbs fold over each other. So we're gonna have our mudra here for a low lunge, and exhale, sink down into our hips. So this is a mudra for Durga, and Durga is one of my favorite deities. She is this beautiful, powerful woman. She carries 8 different tools with her. So right now we're holding Durga's sword. So inhaling nice and long, and exhale, coming through the center with your index fingers, coming right through, slicing away any illusions that we have. Inhaling our arms back up to center as we sink down a little bit more into our left hip flexors, pulling right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, arms nice and long. And exhale, just bringing your arms forward in front of you. Nice and long, keeping your hands together. Listen carefully. We're in this mudra here. Bring your hands together, interlacing your fingers, letting your index finger be long. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, placing your hands onto the mat, sink it back, half split, flexing your right toes to your nose, legs nice, torso nice and long. Pulling your right hip back, left hip forward, lengthening out our hamstrings. Good, and breathe. Maybe sink back in a little bit more. If you have your blocks, you can always place your blocks here. Good, placing your hands on the mat, finding your mudra again, inhaling, arms up, exhale, sinking down. Inhale, arms nice and long, exhale, arms coming forward, moving through, and breathe. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, place your hands onto the mat, sit back, half split. Good. This is our fierce goddess. Inhale, come up for our Durga pose. And exhale, place your hands on the mat, step it back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts, hip level. Hold it here. And breathe. Inhale, left leg lifts high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Exhaling your knee to your nose. Good. Place it down for a low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Nice flat back. Clasping your hands together. Again, interlacing your fingers. Maybe interlace the opposite direction. Index fingers nice and long. Inhale, up. Exhale, sink forward, bringing your arms forward in front of you. Good. And breathe. This is the fierce goddess, Durga. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, sink a little bit farther into your right hip forward, left hip back, arms nice and long. We're slaying any illusion, clearing the path. Inhale, come up. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, sink it back. Half split, left toes to your nose. Good. Feeling your right hip forward, left hip back. If you need to, you can always have a bend in your leg here in your half split. On your next inhale, bringing your hands together, arms up nice and long. Exhale, sink into your low lunge. Good. And breathe. Inhale, arms nice and long. Exhale, slicing your arms through, right through the center. Inhale, bringing your arms up, sinking a little bit farther into your right hip. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, slicing through, clearing the path. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bringing your hands down in the mat, sink it back, half split. We're just doing what we did on the other side. Now we're doing it on the left side. We haven't changed anything up, just from right side to left side. Inhale, bringing your hands together, lift arms up, sink down into your right hip, left hip back, right hip forward, arms nice and long. Exhale, slicing through. Inhale, come up. Exhale, we'll slice the illusions one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink it back, half split. Placing your hands on the mat, just sink your booty back, lengthening out your left leg. And breathe. Good. Inhale, come forward, and we'll exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts high to the sky for crescent lunge. Inhale, bringing your knee to your nose. Exhale, placing your right foot onto the mat. Stay high on the ball of your back foot. If you need to, you can always bring your left foot out a little bit wider onto the mat. Inhale, torso up, arms nice and long, crescent lunge. Again, we can find another mudra. We can bring, I think we worked on this last week, bringing the edge of your palms together, bringing your pinkies to touch and your thumbs to touch for Padma. You can bring that overhead. Good. Crescent lunge with Padma mudra. This is your lotus flower, right? Bringing in all the possibilities. Open up, warrior two for your fierce pose. Back foot 90 degrees, nice and flat, finding the knife edge of your back foot, finding the center. Here we are in the center, right? Here's the future in the front, the past is behind us. We're staying here fully present, making sure our knees aren't flaring forward. We're gonna inhale and do a star pose, and exhale, switch it back. Warrior two, other side. I'm gonna turn around so I can see you. Good. Inhale, both arms up, both legs nice and long for a star pose. Exhale, turn it back. Back side, warrior two. Good. This time we're gonna swing our left arm forward. Let your left foot be tall on the back foot. For a crescent lunge, you can find your mudra here, or just leave your arms nice and long and breathe. Good. Finding your breath. And we'll go ahead and open it up for your warrior two. Lengthen out your right leg. Nice big starfish, letting your arms be nice and wide. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold, letting your torso come forward onto the mat, reaching towards your shins, your ankles, or the edge of your foot. So we were in our starfish, and we came down, reaching for our side, our ankles, or the knife edge. Pulling your forehead down towards the mat. You can bend your elbows if you need to. Good. Inhale, nice flat back, placing your left hand onto the mat. Inhale, right arm lifts for a small spinal twist. So if you feel that your right hip pulls back, bring it back into alignment with your left hip. Arm up and twist. And see how far you can look behind you. If you want, you can always bring your arm a little bit back behind you for an extra little twist. Or stay here, always in our 80%. We're staying in our truth. Exhale, placing right hand on the mat, replacing where your left hand was. Inhale, left arm up for a baby spinal twist. Other side. Good. Finding your energy. making sure you stay healthy in your body, not pushing your limits, continuing to breathe, finding the space, and exhale, place both hands on the mat. Inhale, hands to hip, nice flat back, come all the way up. Exhale, right foot to left. Good. And we'll shake it out. Let's twist it out. We'll find our eagle pose. Coming to the center of your mat, feet together. Inhale, circle sweep both arms up high to the sky, identifying your right hand, swinging it underneath your left elbow. See if you can get a twist. If this is too much, you can always bring your palms to your shoulders. You can always bring your palms together. Inhale, elbows up to shoulder height, bringing your elbows out. Exhale, sink down, lifting, shifting all of your weight into your left leg. Inhaling, right leg twists over your left. If you need to, you can always keep your left foot onto the mat. Tuck in your tail, or if you can do a little extra, wrapping your foot around. And sink down, lifting your elbows a little bit more, sinking a little bit more. Inhale, release. Release your arms, release your legs, identifying your left hand, super sweep underneath your right. Inhale, elbows up, pulling your forearms away from your face. Exhale, sink down into your chair, shifting all of your weight into your right leg. Inhale, left leg lifts and twists. Good. For an eagle pose, we're squeezing everything out. This is a deep shoulder rinse, hip rinse, knee rinse, squeezing out all the lactic acid, all of this muscles that we tore and are building, squeezing all of that out. So hopefully we're not as sore tomorrow. Inhale, release, and go ahead and shake it all out. Good. And let's go ahead and come all the way down to the mat into a Shavasana. We're just going to find a reset pose. So go ahead and come into your Shavasana here. And we'll just check on a couple things. Okay, good. And we'll just find our reset in the shape on the floor. Good. Find your breath. Sighing it all out. Giving our maximum 80%, staying in our truth, making sure we're not violent against ourselves or others, in our bodies, in our practice, in our mind, practicing brahmacharya, our celibacy, or giving away too much of our energy is really what that's all about. And aparigarya is our final yama in the Yama sequence as we're moving through our yoga practice. We're going to bring our feet together. Inhale, arms up overhead, nice and long, and sit up, and exhale. Fold forward. Good. We're going to go ahead and place your feet onto the mat and come down elbow, elbow, all the way down for a bridge pose, sweeping the edges of the bottom of your feet with your fingertips. Letting your knees be hip width distance apart, releasing all of your air out. On your next inhale, hoisting your hips high up to the sky. You're using a little bit of your glutes, not maximum like we were while we were doing our squats. If you want, you can always roll over your shoulders, clasping your hands underneath for an extra little lift. This is preparation for wheel. So you want to be able to find a nice curve in your back as you hoist your hips a little bit higher. If you need to, you can always put a block under here for a little bit of assistance so you know what that feels like. You can always bring your hands to your hips too, just to see where you're at. And exhale, gently releasing each vertebrae onto the mat for Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclined bound pose. So bringing the bottoms of your feet together, knees nice and wide. You can let your hands come on the mat off to the side. You can always, for a little extra, just gently pushing your inner thighs or knees closer towards the mat. And always option one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Good. taking a breath. We'll go ahead, inhaling our knees back up, hip width distance apart. Again, grazing your heels with your fingertips, releasing all of the air out. On your next inhale, hoisting your hips up high to the sky, bringing your chest towards your chin. So letting your neck be nice and long, keep it in alignment. So no looking around with your head, only with your eyes. Really finding a spot on the ceiling, finding your soft drishti, your focal point on the ceiling as you hoist your hips up a little bit higher, grounding down into your heels. Good, and breathe, opening up your chest, opening up your shoulders, hoisting up one more time. Maybe smiling, and exhale, releasing each vertebrae onto the mat again for a Supta Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, reclining pose. So laying out flat on your back, bottoms of your feet together, placing your hands in what feels good to you today in your body, and breathe. Good. We're going to do a pigeon pose on our back. So we'll go ahead and inhale, our knees back together, lifting up, inhale, lifting up your right foot, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Good. And take a breath here. Inhaling your left foot up off of the mat, identifying your right hand and thread it through the figure 4 that you have here. So through your thighs, bringing your right hand behind your left thigh, taking your left hand outside your left thigh, clasping underneath. And then you can pull here. So you're really feeling a stretch in your right glute hip area over here on the right side. Oh, you can always take your right elbow and push on your right knee for a little extra. Make sure that your left knee is in alignment with your left hip. So if you're really splaying out to the side, see if you can find center and breathe. Side out, let it all go. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer. If you want to, you can always go into traditional pigeon pose for that little extra. And again, always staying within your practice in your body. Not overdoing it and pushing your limits. Good. And staying here for a few more breaths. Good. And exhale, releasing your left foot onto the mat, releasing your right foot onto the mat, letting both your legs come out long. And as always, give a little bit of a shimmy shake, maybe rocking your feet back to side, opening up your hips, and then find some stillness. And notice the difference from your left side to your right side. And taking a couple of mindful breaths in this quick Shavasana. We'll go ahead and inhale, both feet flat on the floor, hip width distance apart, other leg. We're going to inhale our left leg up, exhale, crossing your left ankle over your right knee. Inhale, let right foot up off the mat, threading the needle, left hand in between your figure 4, identifying your right hand outside of your right hip, grasping towards your left hand. Again, you can always use your forearm for that little extra stretch. Bringing your right knee closer to your chest as much as you can. You're getting a little bit of a bicep flex here. Little passive biceps flex. Say that 5 times fast. Biceps flex. Oh yeah, feeling the delirium from all that good, fresh, oxygenated blood moving through my brain. I hope you feel the same. Oh my goodness, so good. And breathe. So for those of you who would like to take more of a traditional pigeon pose, or you can always find it here, bringing your right leg long onto the mat. Eventually, one day, we'll want to have this leg parallel to the mat. This is where I'm at today. Just notice where you are at today. Before you sit down all the way, really finding your shape here, taking some mindful breaths, and feel free to stay on your back if that's where you're at today. We're just finding for if you want to go in traditional, and then gently coming down into your pigeon pose. And again, notice, did your right hip fall forward? If you want, stay in your traditional figure four. You can always come out of it, just do what feels right in your body. And then you can always come all the way down. If you have a block, you can put it underneath your forehead. You can stack your fists one on top of the other. I'm going to come back into my figure four. Every day is different. Your body is different every day. We put it through all different kinds of stress, all different kinds of workouts, mental, physical. So just be kind and be gentle and know that it's okay to be in this space. Finding the virtue in each of your poses, in your practice. When you're ready, releasing both legs down onto the mat. Let them be nice and long, and find a shimmy shake. Good. Inhaling both knees up towards your chest for a nice squeeze. Good. And go ahead and lift your forehead up off the mat towards your knees and squeeze, bringing your sacrum up off the mat and squeezing everything nice and tight. And squeeze and squeeze. Good. And exhale, release. We're going to go into a happy baby. So just go ahead from here, catching your feet with the palms of your hands, bringing your shins parallel to the mat, perpendicular to the mat, perpendicular to the mat for a happy baby. You can always rock your baby back and forth, lengthening out one leg nice and long and rocking back and forth and finding stillness in the baby. And breathe. Pushing your feet into your palms, pulling your palms into your feet, finding the equal pressure. Good. And release. Let your legs come long, high, straight into the air. This is another inversion pose here. You can always stay here, or if you like, you can always go into shoulder stand, hoisting your hips up into the air. Let your neck be nice and long. Let your legs be long. Coming up on the 3 points of your shoulders. Maybe come up a little bit more, bringing your chest to your chin. If you want, you can always bring your knees to your forehead. You can always bring the tops of your feet down towards the mat. And when you're ready, gently releasing your back, each vertebrae onto the mat for your final Shavasana. Finding your corpse pose. And breathe. And notice how you feel in your body. And go ahead if you want to put a pillow underneath your knees, a pillow under your head, pulling a blanket over. Let's go ahead and check a couple of things here. Finding your final Shavasana. Good. Finding full relaxation after all of your effort. You came up. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up, being fully present here on the mat, in this place, in this space. Sigh it all out. Releasing what no longer serves you. You just created so much space in your body, in your mind, in your practice, in your fascia, in your joints. The cells have been washed over with good, fresh, oxygenated blood. Your lymph system is moving through the system to help with any swelling. We worked our cardiovascular, keeping our heart strong, maximizing and strengthening our VO2 max. So good for your lungs. So good to clear everything out, clearing out the winter and the mold and the dampness. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Showing up is really 90% of it. The rest is just gravy. And noticing your breath, noticing your thought patterns, noticing if you can slow everything down just a little bit more. Finding the grounding point, finding a sound in the room or the sound of my voice. As we shed out of this body into the new with more purity and clarity and peace and ease in our mind, our body, our spirit, our soul. Just simply being, trusting the process. And feel free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. There's no time limit here, even as I leave this practice. You can always stay here for as long as your body mind needs. That's part of the beauty of being able to do yoga in the confines of our own home. Even though we came together sharing our energy on this platform, it will continue to ripple along with you as we exit out of this platform and into the next. As always, it has been an honor, a gift, and a pleasure to share our energies together in our moving meditation yoga practice, HIIT class. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope this finds you well. Namaste. And when you are ready, you can push yourself up gently, keeping your eyes closed if you want, and coming back as you please, and know that it's quite all right to stay in your Shavasana. So again, thank you so much, and we will see you again soon. Thank you so much. Happy day.